the Old Pre-Meds Podcast, session number 54. You're a non-traditional student entering the medical field on your terms. You may have had some hiccups along the way, but now you're ready to change course and go back and serve others as a physician. This podcast is here to help answer your questions and help educate you on your non-traditional journey to becoming a physician. Now, welcome to the Old Pre-Meds Podcast. We are dedicated to helping you, the non-traditional pre-med student, and sometimes medical student, but really we focus on the pre-med student here on the podcast. We are part of the oldpremeds.org community. If you are not a member over there, go sign up. It's free, an amazing community, a forum over there where you can ask questions, get answers, and participate and be around other students like yourself. This question, taken directly from the Old Pre-Meds forum, is from a poster who's asking about improving their application. And they ask, they give a kind of a list of credentials, I guess, stats, and want to know what to do next. So let's go ahead and dig in to what they're saying here. This student posts that they have a 3.0 undergrad GPA, bad freshman year around 2.0, but great upward trend, which is good. I would have liked to see what the science versus the overall GPA is. They have a 3.8 master's GPA in health administration, a one-year master's program. Now, you can go back and listen to a previous podcast that we did talking about talking about master's degrees and how they really don't have a huge effect on your application, especially a health administration GPA. It's not going to have a big effect on your application because it's not a hard sciences. They have a 28 on the old MCAT. They've been studying for a year and will hopefully get a 510 plus on the new one. They have 3+ years of research experience as a lab technician for a medical school, which is great, but they have a 3.25 undergrad GPA cutoff. They have 2 shadowing experiences. They don't really talk about number of hours for shadowing, and some clinical volunteering, having a 3-week international trip and 25 hours in an emergency department. And they have some non-clinical volunteering as well. This student is taking some post-bacc courses this upcoming semester, including advanced biochem, advanced genetics, and maybe an OChem retake. And they want to know, how could I best utilize my time to improve my application as I work full-time? I was considering more post-bacc courses to demonstrate my academic potential while studying for the MCAT. I will be applying this upcoming cycle, which is for the entering 2018 class. So this student, obviously, when you look at stats and stats alone, this student doesn't have the best stats. A 3.0 GPA in biochemistry. I'm assuming because it's biochemistry, a large majority of those classes are going to be the science classes, and so their science GPA is not going to be great. They have a 28 on the old MCAT. Let's hope that they do get that 510 plus on the new MCAT. My recommendation for this student would be to look at taking more post-bacc classes. Those post-bacc classes are going to be what is going to help boost your undergrad GPA. Because remember, post-bacc classes are undergrad GPA courses, and so they affect your undergrad GPA. In the application, they are listed separately, so you'll see your undergrad GPAs, usually broken down by year as well. You'll see a postgraduate or post-bacc coursework and the GPA from that. And then you'll see any sort of graduate level coursework. So the master's program that this student has would be listed separately. But even though the post-bacc classes and the undergrad classes are listed separately, they are combined into your complete undergrad GPA. And so more post-bacc classes means more means hopefully a better undergrad GPA if you do well on your post-bacc courses or in your post-bacc courses. So that's where I would focus my time. 2 shadowing experiences doesn't sound like a lot unless they are long-term shadowing experiences. You don't need a ton of shadowing, but you need a good 25, 30 hours of shadowing, maybe a little bit more as a minimum. I normally don't like throwing out hours, but I'll throw those out there for right now. And then clinical volunteering. The international trip is okay. A lot of medical schools actually don't really like international clinical volunteering. It's an interesting discussion among medical schools and whether or not it really helps your application, because it's seen as something that is not necessary. There are plenty of things that you can do in the U.S. locally to get clinical experience and help your local man and woman, I guess. So that's interesting. And then 25 hours in the emergency department, I'd be interested to know what those hours look like. Are you actually getting clinical experience, or are you just stocking shelves and delivering blankets to patients? So that's a question there I'd have as well. So I'd really look at that. But I'll say it here, I say it on the pre-med years, I say it everywhere. Your application is a lot more than just your stats. It includes everything about you. Your personal statement is huge. Your extracurricular list and how you describe those are huge. Your GPA and your MCAT are big as well. And this student mentioned that the school that they work at has a 3.25 undergrad GPA cutoff. I would press that for non-traditional students and students like yourself, like this student posting. If you have a strong upward trend after a bad year, like this student had, a bad freshman year, I would press the school and say, look at my application, please. And let them know that while, yes, you recognize the fact that they have a cutoff, that usually those are more recommendations and not rules. So I would push that a little bit more. All right, that's all I have for this student. Make sure you're getting enough clinical experience. That's huge. If you go back and listen to the pre-med years, session 171, I believe, we talked all about reapplicants, and the number one mistake that was discussed was not having enough clinical experience. Get a great MCAT score and think about taking some more classes to bump up your undergrad GPA. Good luck in your application, and keep us informed in how you do. So if you are looking for some help in your applications coming up, I'm working with students every year now for the last couple of years since I've done this full time. And I had a blast this last year, this first full year doing this. And I'm looking for more students to work with this year. I've had a bunch of students sign up, and I might actually start thinking about capping the number of people that I work with. I've had a lot sign up because I'm raising my rates starting in 2017. So it's not too late if you're listening to this when this comes out on December 28th, 2016. Go to medicalschoolhq.net. Check out the Our Services tab, or you can just go to medicalschoolhq.net/coaching. But I'm raising my rates on everything: mock interview prep, personal statement editing, a little bit of everything. So you can buy now and use later if you want. If you know you want to use me for your personal statement or for mock interviews, buy now, use them later. Or if you want to start working with me for coaching, I think I'm up to probably about 12 students that I'm working with for this upcoming application cycle in 2017. I'll probably cap that around 20. So go check those out. I'd love to help you and work with you to help you put together the best application possible. All right. I hope you got a lot of great information out of the podcast today. I hope you, if you don't already, go over to oldpremeds.org, sign up for a free account. Go check out everything that's going on over there. It's an amazing community of like-minded, non-traditional pre-med students who believe in the core here at the medical school headquarters of collaboration and not competition. So go check them out. Have a happy and safe new year. I hope your holidays are going great. And we'll catch you next week here at the Old Pre-Meds Podcast and the Medical School Headquarters.